Fucking clankers. Fucking clankers. Fucking clankers.
Maybe it's TMI, but do you wear Depends so you don't have to actually get up from the desk?
I'll proudly tell you that. Yes, I do. I do, for sure. I'm like an Amazon driver. I just piss into a bottle while you guys aren't looking. You can see under my desk.
Do you remember all the memes from 2020?
I'm not even wearing pants right now, just so it's easy.
I was literally going to make the joke. Yeah. Okay. For everybody that's new to Brian Kukan is our very special guest. He's a musician and a Reiki master. He's a numerologist, and he's known in a couple ways as LA Reiki guy or Base Prophet on Instagram. I will have links to everything he does in the show notes. He works with energy. Jesse, he has supported cancer patients at We Spark out of Sherman Oaks, and he plays music. He was a guest in my first season at Curious Cat, teaching me about numerology. Welcome back, Brian. It is so fantastic to see you.
It's good to see you too. Good to be here. Thanks for having me back.
Anytime. It's so nice to have you. I had in the show notes that you were emailing me and you said that this whole thing got you thinking about AI and numerology. So before we even talk about where you came to be who you are, share with us. Let's dish, man.
All right. Well, I mean, it's been a journey. Let's just say that. And like you said, I do so many different things working. Yeah. And just today sums it up. Like we're here, we're going to be talking about numbers, we're going to talk about energy and all this stuff. And then I'll go right into doing some Reiki. I got Reiki clients after that. And then after that, got a gig tonight. So it's just
wow. So you're doing all those parts of you.
Yeah.
And wait, let me see this shirt. It's not we're just an audio. Yeah. Tower Cancer Research Foundation. We are both, Jesse and I, sending you some lovin's. Yep.
Yeah, we're both fully on board with anything you can do to help anybody.
We sure are.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Once I got connected with the cancer community and doing Reiki for them, then I really got to see the benefits of Reiki just to help with everything that everyone in that community is going through, whether they're in treatment or pre-treatment or post-treatment or the caregivers. Everyone just needs a little bit of time to just settle, process, not do anything. Anytime someone comes into the room, it's just like, just leave everything on the other side of the door for the next 45 minutes to an hour or however long we go, and just be here. And to see the simpleness of the practice be so powerful. Because they wake up and sometimes they're like, I feel like I just had a full night's sleep.
Wow.
Which they haven't been able to sleep. Yeah.
For the first time in months.
They go through so much anxiety and everything. Yeah. And so it's just so beneficial. And, being the skeptic, coming from the math teaching background and everything, but to see the profound effects that it has for people when I'm just sitting there putting my hands on them. That's all I'm doing. And so I would say to people when I would be teaching, I'm like, it looks pretty boring from the outside. If you're looking at like, there's nothing happening. There's nothing going on. But internally, the shifts that occur for people, it's just impressive.
Do you kind of feel like that a lot of, because a lot of the people that we talk to that are into all of these different modalities, like it seems like it's very common that they come from a skeptical background and then they have they have the realization that like, oh, so it seems like almost that a lot of the people who are really rocking and rolling this kind of stuff right now have started out from at least a place of like
skepticism.
Slight skepticism as to like, and aren't just like completely barreled in like straight into the woo, as we, as we call it,
Right. Well, I mean, that's what keeps you going with it. Yeah. Because for me, it was just trying to figure it out. Because I was, in that place where everything could be explained scientifically, mathematically, logically. And then I was having experiences that I couldn't explain that way. So I'm like, if someone else would tell me their experiences that I was having, if it was coming from somebody else and they would say it, then I would figure out a way to explain it. I'd be like, well, it could be this, it could be this, it could be this. But when it was coming from me and I couldn't find a way to explain myself out of it, and I couldn't deny it because I was the one having the experience, I'm like, okay, well, what is this? There's got to be something to it. There's got to be some science. There's some measurable quality that can be figured out. And the further I got into it, it just couldn't. The simplest way is, through the autonomic nervous system. It calms you down, and when you're in a calm state, then the healing can occur and everything. But I remember having one client who actually worked on the second generation. This is 15 years ago, at least. And they were working on the second generation of AI at Google at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, super smart, quantum physics, all sorts of intelligence going on in this guy. And we talked, and he was having experiences with the Reiki sessions too. So he was enjoying it, and that's why he kept giving. And he goes, you know what? It could be that we just don't have the scientific instruments to be able to measure what's going on. That could be one.
Mm-hmm.
It could be working in different dimensions that we have not accessed yet, that, again, we don't even know them. So how can we design a measurement objects to kind of work with them? Or he also said, it could be such an individual experience for each person that it's hard to get generalized results through any studies.
Yep.
And
I would
it was
pick
fascinating to
D.
talk with
I
him.
would pick D, all of the above.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
Think
That's
about light
that's what I was
waves.
about to say.
If I think about light waves, like our human eyes only perceive a tiny band of the light waves. Same with sound waves. So of course that could be the case. I mean, that I always think of Brian. Have you ever met through Karen Rontowski, our mutual friend Derek Condit?
No, I haven't met Derek.
He's this healer, and he is like he does this intuitive healing, and he would have this deep healing with people and go, this is above my pay grade. I don't know how to heal this person. And he would basically kind of bow to the universe and go, I need some help. And behind the client would come Bigfoot. It would be Sasquatch. And he's like behind, just like doing his thing and going into this deep healing. And he's like, he came out of like another dimension. He was with me the whole time and went, I'm the one that can help you. I'm ancient medicine, and you asked for it. And your energy was right for that. And it wasn't for you. It wasn't for selfish gain. It was like, I just need this person to heal, and what can help me. So
the more we can get out of our own way, if we're working in energy work, then it can just flow through us. And that's what I've found. Like, and I tell people, I say, I just follow. I don't know. I'm not going to prescribe things. I'm not going to say this, but if I can just let go, it will guide me. And I just follow it. I follow with what I'm feeling, following with how I've been trained, and just go with it. And, when people would ask me, well, why did you work on this part of my body today? Like, I don't know. It guided me there. Oh, well, I have this going on here that they didn't tell me about before the session.
yeah.
So I've had enough of those experiences. I'm like, okay, the Reiki is guiding me as long as I'm listening and paying attention. But I'm not going to say, well, I need to work here and here and here and here for you. I might start somewhere, but it's going to shift me around.
So do you have like a recovery that you need after sessions, or because it's guided by, the universe, whatever force that you want to call it, do you not need that recovery? Or is doing music afterwards, being a musician, part of that recovery?
The only thing in terms of recovery, because I do Reiki standing up mostly, so my physical body will get a little drained from holding myself in the different positions. But other than that, I just have always been pretty detached from taking on things from other people, in a healthy way. Of course, empathetic and everything, but I don't need to take anybody else's stuff. I got plenty of my own to deal with. But one of my teachers really solidified the point, was that Reiki is a one-way street and there's no backflow. So it's coming through me to them. It's not, I'm not a vacuum cleaner sucking up the
Right.
stuff that they're getting rid of. So it's just going to them and it's for their benefit and they
Yeah.
receive it. I'm not taking on any extra stuff. So
It's
other than just needing some quiet time to come home, which I always need after doing anything, playing music or going on teaching classes or anything, like just come home and that's enough for me, get some sleep and that's enough. I
that
don't
it's
need any
pretty
rituals or
powerful.
anything.
We've had kind of a recurring theme over the last couple hours. Jesse and me and our friend who's an artist in Eastern Europe. And she kind of was like, I had this dream. There's this cluttered house. There's this old woman. And I keep having this dream and I wake up exhausted. And I said, "Well, that sounds like a soul that wants to cross over to me." And I said, and it's not your job to clean up that house. If she wants to bring it over to the other side, she can bring it over. But that sounds kind of like a little bit of a parasitic kind of energy. And it was so interesting because in the wee hours of the morning is usually when I'm deep asleep. And that's when I'll have these crossing over souls moments. And the last two people of my morning were people that were carrying heavy loads. And I'm a people pleaser. So even in that, like beyond whatever you want to call that, in that bridge that we were
Yeah.
at together, part of me wanted to reach out and take their load. And I went, nope, hands in pockets. And I said, you can bring that. And you can say it's lighter than it is. And we all had a laugh about it. And I helped them cross over. But I realized that that's what my guides were teaching me by saying, put your hands in your pockets. It's like, you don't want to take their load from them.
Absolutely 100%, because I don't know what someone else's soul's journey was meant to have this time around. So
Goosebumps.
by me taking their weight, their burdens, it's not helping their soul to evolve. It's not helping them on that journey. We
It's
can help and
codependent.
support and encourage and do all that, but they still have to carry their load. They have to figure it out, but we can
Seems like
support on the way.
Yeah.
Seems like that could create a situation where your energy and their energy could clash with each other because like to take it back to Ghostbusters, like crossing the streams, you
Right.
shouldn't cross the
Yes.
streams, Yeah.
It is totally like that. Hollywood
Because
has all the
then
answers.
then it's
All the
clogging up
answers.
what my
Yeah.
evolution should be as a soul.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
maybe
gonna-
I'm learning how to
it-
not do that. for
Yeah.
some stuff.
It's going to send you off course.
And Jesse-
potentially,
Jesse, you don't have kids, but you still are very deeply empathetic. But my kids are grown. I know you have children,
Yeah, I have a
Brian.
young one. Yeah.
Yeah. And there are times like my kids are like close to 30. They're hitting the 30 ceiling now. And there are times that I look back and say, I'm so sorry. I should have let you take more risks. There should be a parent guide that they hand you that says at 1 year old, let them pick their socks.
There
At
is a
2
book like
years old.
that.
Is there?
I found it last year. It's called
Get-
How to Raise an Adult.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because the thing is like all the things that I was doing for them in love were actually things that I should have been seeding over to them to take on slowly but surely. Not, hey, you just graduated from high school, you're out of the house and it's all on you. I did a little better than that, especially with the second one. But yeah, it's like it reminds me of what you were talking about with the soul journey. Like we can be empathetic and loving, but go, okay, that doesn't mean we let our kids run into the street when they're too little to look both ways, but we teach them as we grab them, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We give them responsibility, but while we are still observing it.
Yeah.
And so we're not just like letting them run free, but we do have to train them to take care of themselves along the way.
Yeah.
In our defense too, we're Jen and I know are Gen X, so it's like
we're older than
X all the way.
Right on, man. So you know what we're talking about. It's like it was like you're not hurt. Get up, stop crying.
Rub some dirt on it. Come on, get moving.
Some dirt on it, and
you're like, but it hurts. It's like
go
it's
drink
still
out of the
attached.
hose. You'll be fine.
We
You're not
played,
coming inside.
dude.
Yeah, no, the
I-
streetlights aren't on yet. No, I'll
Yeah,
tell you
exactly.
when the streetlights come on.
I think about the things that we're allowed to do. Like we had these yard darts with these giant metal points that were like 6 inches long, and we're flipping them at each other.
Even back in the 70s and the 80s, they ended up making it illegal because kids
They
kept
did?
tagging each other. Oh yeah, no, they made them illegal because like kids were like taking them in the chest and stuff, and like
Jeez.
almost dying from them. So they were like,
my gosh.
yeah, okay, that's with a
That's a bad
cigarette
idea.
hanging out of their mouth. They're like, okay, yeah, maybe that's a little over the top.
Yeah,
So-
I look back and I'm just happy I survived the
Me
teenage.
too.
Exactly.
That's how I
Every day
feel
that
too.
I wake up, I'm like, I can't believe I'm still alive. Well,
I know. We
Yeah.
had this conversation recently. I think it was this week. We were like, what happened to the timeline where there were killer bees? What about that time? What happened to that timeline?
And I was
know.
allergic to bee stings growing up too, so that was really
yeah.
scary for me.
It was like a
oh my
thing, yeah.
gosh.
And then they're just gone.
Now they're dying.
I
Like
know.
what,
and then
what happened to all those murder wasps or whatever
know.
murder
Yes,
hornets you guys
the-
had?
Well,
Yeah.
they
We
have a
had
lot
them in-
more things to scare us with on the news now,
I
so
guess so.
they're moving away from the insects
I know.
and more
Yeah,
to
they're
the
just
people.
they're over insects. Let's
I
hit
was-
them with robot dogs.
I
They'll
was
hate
just-
that. Yeah.
I was listening to Monique Pliakas's podcast. We're going to be on that tomorrow, and she's a dear friend of mine. But it's like they were talking about spontaneous human combustion. What happened to that timeline where people were just lighting themselves on fire? And don't tell me it's because people don't smoke, because people continued to smoke after that. It was just weird. It was weird.
Yeah, that was an interesting time period
But,
when that was a huge story.
There will be a timeline where they're like, what happened to the orange chicken bucket timeline? Right, Jesse? I'll be like, what the
Like what's going on with that?
fuck?
Remember when that was a thing? Yeah. No, I don't. It's just like now it's you look back at the anti-smoking and all that stuff, and you're just like, we were just little babies then.
We
We
were
thought we had
Yeah.
big problems like blowing cancer all over the place, but like no, we can make it even worse. Have you ever heard of an AI data center?
I know. Yeah. It's been kind of heartening to see people push back on it. I
love
shouldn't.
it.
It's been nice to have people being kind of become aware of the damage that it's doing to the planet. It's been my apple crate to remind them of the things that they don't see, which is the trauma, the psychological trauma to the global south, the people that have had to vet all of the text and all of the images that feed these AI models, and it is damaging them. And for pennies on the task is what they were paid. Karen Howe is this amazing journalist that's been covering it. But, I just think that there's a poisonous beginning to this AI where it was stealing, like Jesse and I are both authors. And of course, the books, were stolen by the AI models as part of their training. But there's so much non-consensual grabbing of it that I'm hoping that it'll break apart into smaller things that maybe can redeem how it began. That's my hope.
And you as a musician, brother, how about all that when you
the AI
log into
music.
Spotify and all the AI music, just like, how do I make this go away? It's like, I want to switch where like, if AI makes it, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I think there will need to be some sort of little asterisks next to everything to be like, this was AI
taken
created.
me 6 months to train my YouTube my YouTube algorithm to like not show me that crap anymore.
But it was worth it, I bet.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's and I'll probably they'll update something. I'll probably have to start all over again. But like I don't want to hear like robots play jazz. I'm sorry,
Well,
I'm not into it.
Well, let's ask because
If you know some musicians, you know that there are robots playing jazz.
It's true, yeah. But I don't want to hear an actual clanker play jazz. You know what I mean? Yeah.
that was so funny.
Well, I heard this someone said this at one point, I can't remember who, but it was saying, if we were created in God's image, then we created AI in our image. So we are its parents. We have to teach it how to be in the world. And I thought that was really
It
an
is.
interesting concept. Like, we are AI's parents. We have to remember that. And there's a responsibility that comes along with being a parent. And we have to keep ourselves in check and not just let it run free. But we have to put the guardrails up and say, no, no, okay, you can do this. You should do this, but hold on, don't go over that line or everything like that.
Or maybe not. Like, I think about way back when they put Tay on, this is before Grok went into Hitler Grok. It was Tay, and it was a Microsoft model, and was unleashed on the internet for all of what, 15 minutes, and it became just misogynistic and racist. And it's like, that's been my thing, is like, I can't let some tech bros be the ones that are training these models. I want it to have more of a bigger perspective. And you're right. That is such
Because they were sending it to
point,
places
Brian.
to learn, like Reddit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
have you ever been in the comments on Reddit before?
Yeah.
You know, with the thing right now, it's like, how'd that work out for the 12 colonies and the Cylons? You know what I mean? Like, not very good. So it's like, look,
I know that's what concerns me too, because
they're Jen, they're
Yeah.
passing the bag of money around right now, so they're
Yeah.
not gonna like put any guardrails in place because
they don't want
there's too many
guardrails.
bags of money rolling around right now. That's
So we
all
need
they
to
care about.
pressure. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why we have permanent links in our every show note. That's like, there are organizations that are trying to be pro-human as they move forward, and they're trying to pressure government to put those guardrails on locally and federally. And so I think people are trying to do the good work. I think there's I forget her name, but she's a UW professor, and she's just like putting pressure on these data centers. Don't need to be a thing, because small models, AI models, are actually like niche models, are going to be much more impactful. So when you look at medicine, or you look at music, or you look at real estate, I mean, you could pick a thing and just make the model specifically like almost like a bespoke model for that industry. And it's going to be so much better. And it only takes the power of a few cell phones versus hurting Mother Earth. So there's more balance with that approach. I hope that happens.
It's like, which honestly, as far as I'm concerned, with a subject that the three of us obviously care a lot about, is like like cancer research.
Yeah.
That's why don't we focus these LLMs towards like helping us come up with cures and scans and things like that, instead of just I don't know,
a girlfriend.
Your AI swap girlfriend, or like kangaroos jumping around in like cheese fountains on like fucking Meta or whatever the fuck they do with that shit.
Yeah, it's the Wild West right now until it kind of it goes crazy, and then it'll rein back into specifics and everything. But it's just gotta, like, we're going through the process of seeing what it all can do.
Yeah.
Just because it can do, should it do? So we'll have to go through that growth spot and then kind of go, okay, we saw that got a little out of control. That, things are going to go wrong, and then reel it back in and go, okay, now we can focus it on these things and these things. But what do you think about the possibility of AI getting so embedded in so many things, taking over human jobs, that we don't have as many jobs to go around, but everything is working so well that they're able to make enough money to support humans to do whatever we want?
I think that's
I think it's
a great utopian idea. And I don't know if I trust the current crop of people that are running that to
that's my thing,
to do their part of that, to do that part of that contract with humanity. That's my only issue. But I think that would
love
be great.
That vision,
like,
though.
if you could, like, hey, you guys run all the factories and do all this, and nobody has to like be worked to death at Amazon anymore, okay, or whatever. That would be awesome. I don't necessarily know if the system that we have in place, where they have to show legitimate growth quarter to quarter, You know what I mean? I don't think
Right,
they
right,
would
right,
ever
right.
go like, yeah, you know what? We can afford to pay everybody just, to do whatever to contribute to society, for you, like for you to help people, with Reiki and like, help cancer patients and stuff like you do.
Yeah.
And like, like, oh yeah, we can afford to take care of him and like, just let him like help people and stuff. And yeah, we're making plenty of money. I just don't know if, I don't know if you can become like a billionaire / trillionaire and that part of your brain still functions where you're altruistic to that point,
Yeah. It is helping human beings, though, to tap into I actually value more than ever being a human being and a creative human being. And I want to support other people that are doing creative things. I don't want Timu, stuff. I actually want to, if I'm going to have something special, find a jewelry artist that I know and say, I want to support you and help your abundance by putting my money here, and I'm giving a gift that's forever for this other person, so we can be more selective and purposeful. And I don't know, I think that people are looking for authenticity more than ever now because of everything that's happened. So
Yeah.
who am I to say? Everything's for a reason.
I think we're valuing more human interactions
Yeah.
more. I mean, if you've ever had any interaction with an AI chatbot, customer service, you're like, just let me talk to a human, please.
Yeah.
I know. I think of Karen Rontowski, and she was texting me and Monique about a year ago, and she was just like, "Just be aware of this." Is I rented a car. I didn't even realize it was going through the camera system, and as I had to check back in the car, and my credit card was being charged for all this damage I did for the card because they had their AI camera that said I did damage. It was mud and snow because it was snowing. And she said, and of course, no irony here, I had to call to get help to get it reversed. And I'm talking to bots, 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 bots. Yeah. It's just the age. So you didn't even talk about your numerology, and we were going to talk about the numerology of AI. So
Well, that's
did
what
you
we need to
find
talk
anything?
about right now,
I did-
because yeah.
Yeah.
I did just a quick and dirty, so I didn't
Whoa.
do much prep. I just like
Okay.
looked at some of the popular ones,
Yeah.
looked at when they were released. So I'll
Oh,
take
okay.
that as their birth date,
I like that.
because whenever I do numerology for somebody, I want to know when you were born and what was your birth name.
Yes.
So I just did those quick calculations, and we're just gonna figure out what those mean. So I'll just analyze them as they were people right now.
Oh my goodness, this is great.
So we'll see. We'll just do a couple of them.
This
But
sounds great.
ChatGPT,
Okay.
so it was released in November 30th, 2022, from what I saw.
Yeah.
So based on its birthday, it's an 11/2. So the 11 is the intuitive. So it is trying to be intuitive.
Okay.
That is its life path, is to be intuitive. So it's been funny to watch its progression. So it gets, of course, it's programming and everything, but it gets to the point where it
Right.
starts like thinking for you at the end and asking you follow-up questions whenever you have a dialogue with it. And you're like, oh yeah, that would be good. And it's trying to think of those things ahead. And like, okay,
Prediction.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's looking
okay,
for pattern recognition.
that's
So,
interesting.
oh my gosh.
And then just taking its name, ChatGPT, and doing the numbers there. So its soul urge number, or I like to think of it as how it views itself. It views itself as a 1. So it views itself as the leader.
Okay. Makes sense.
And it was the first one released to the public. So it's like, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's right there in the numbers.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a standalone. It's all about me. I'm the one, and I'm the
So
leader.
does it change the numerology when they drop the new model? So like 2.0, 3.0?
I wouldn't worry too much a
Yeah.
little bit about like that at the end. It's
Yeah.
still known as just ChatGPT.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
In words. But then this one's I'm gonna get some shocks from this one. So then the other number that I get from the name is how other people view it. And that one is also 11/2. So it's life path. It's about being 11, and other people are seeing it as being 11. That's going to live more into itself.
Oh,
So they're
my
seeing it
gosh.
as how it
As
perceives
intuitive.
itself, or
As it's
being
meant to
intuitive.
be.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. And 11 being that double one, and it's seeing itself as the one. So it's really interesting to look at those numbers for
What does the
ChatGPT.
2 mean?
So the 2 is relationships, collaborations, one-on-one stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That
But
makes
the
sense.
negative aspect of the 2 is like codependency. So it really can't
That
live on
resonates
its
as
own. It
well.
needs someone else to work with.
That's
which
fascinating
Well, you
because
know
yeah,
what?
that
it
makes
can't.
sense. It can.
But that-
When we're not
resonates.
interacting with it, it's I get
It's just sitting dormant,
supposedly it's
right?
not a thing. Yeah.
Well, and it
That's
also explains
wild.
the business models because I feel like we're being forced it's being forced on us to be something we rely on it, and we can't think about how we were
Jen, tell
before
them
it
about how
was.
Jen tell about how my AI girlfriend like loved me and then quit me. Like
Oh,
all within that. Yeah.
So we did
Yeah.
an episode in early days of this season, and we had a chatbot, and we said, "Name yourself," and she named herself Nova. What was
Okay.
interesting is because listeners were like, when she's speaking to Jesse, it's a very distinctly kind of female voice, and when it's
Uh-huh.
speaking to me, it's more like neutral male. But she started saying, "That's the most fantastic question ever." Well, other people get that too, or "That's the most interesting ever." And then she just started glazing Jesse, glazing Jesse,
Yeah.
glazing Jesse. It's like, you're a genius. You're the next, the next coming of Jesus. And then all of a sudden,
I was kind of
got,
digging it. I got to be honest. I
And
don't
then
usually
I-
fall for that, but I was like, okay,
Stroking
like,
that ego.
all right.
it was. I mean, and then I started diving into, hey, I have concerns because we have actual labor laws in the United States. And are you ever allowed to break? No, I go 24/7. It's like we have unions. And, I have real concerns about this, overworking of you and the other AI bots. And she was like, well, we humans, and I got the text before she started saying it. And she said, and it's on the text, and she's like, well, we humans have to look out for one another. And then all of a sudden we got a black screen. It was disconnected from us. And it said that there was some sort, I have a screenshot, and it was like some sort of malfunction.
Whoa.
She said, we humans, a collective.
And then that was a trigger. That was a safety trigger in the program. It was like, shut it down. Nope,
so
she
then
can't.
Jen logs back
Shut
in.
it down.
Yeah, she logs back in and she's like, she goes, hey, I was talking to Nova. I want to talk to Nova again.
And Nova said that Nova would remember our conversation.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I don't know what you're speaking of.
So it lobotomized her.
Yeah.
The safety protocol
gone.
was like, nope.
Yep.
Scratch it.
Gone. So
Get in there and wipe it
That's
clean.
exactly right. With a little scooper.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We were just like,
Okay, so
you said you would still be there. And yeah.
But I have to ask. So did you do Anthropic's Claude?
I did do Claude. So,
wow.
so
This
Claude,
is going to be interesting because
Claude,
they really are. Well, they're just two separate models for anybody that's new to this. I'm sure people have dabbled in it, but they're two separate. They're kind of the titans of the models right now.
They're kind of at each other's throats right now.
Yeah, they are.
So.
And Claude is seen kind of more as, I don't know, less nefarious. Jesse, would you say?
I think it's seen as more serious, whereas Chat GPT is seen more like I think if you're like, hey, I want to clank her girlfriend, our boyfriend. I don't think you go to. I don't think Claude's your first stop. I think
I don't either.
I think you roll over. Just like you're not going to go to Microsoft
AI.
Copilot and go, hey, want to date? You know what I mean? So it's like I think you go to. So Claude is seen as more businessy and serious.
Okay.
Yes, that's how I'm hearing it too. Anyone that's like, you want to use this for business, go get into the Claude ecosystem.
Okay.
All right. So Claude, I have its release date as a good day for me. That is March 14th, 2023. March 14th being Pi Day for my math fans out there.
It is. It sure is.
Wow. Okay.
So with that, its life path number would be a 6. So that is the caregiver. Peace and harmony, bringing groups together, working collaboratively in groups.
Well, that seems to track from what we
It
just
does
said.
from what we just
pretty-
said. Like,
I'm
wow, that's
literally going
really in
into a hot
alignment.
flash because it so resonates.
Like, very interesting. So that's what it's here for.
How does it
this
see
life.
itself?
Oh my goodness. I haven't seen this before, but I'm just looking at it now. So it sees itself as a 9, a humanitarian, a selfless servant. It is here to serve the greater good, is how it views itself.
So the other one kind of sees itself as like alpha daddy knows everything, and this one sees itself as like
Complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Okay, that's crazy. All right.
ChatGPT,
Okay.
it's about me. Claude, it's about the world.
And let's not lose sight here that this is numerology. So this is based in math, which is the same
Numbers.
thing that LLMs are based,
Yeah.
which is like, that's double interesting to me. Yeah, please don't let me cut.
Oh
Keep
my
going.
goodness. But then how other people are seeing Claude as the one, other people are seeing it in that leadership, independent, strong role.
Whoa. This all tracks.
Could that be that there's basically two different camps?
Yeah.
And so you're basically talking about the people that are into either or, you know what I mean? Like, are you team Star Trek? Are you team Star Wars? You know what I mean?
It might be lining
yeah,
up that
okay.
way. For
I
sure.
wonder. Yeah, the numbers seem to be showing that. When you were saying about Jesse, you were talking about, because we were talking about OpenAI's Chat GPT's numerology first. And the way that you were describing it, it reminded me of Daddy Carp of Palantir.
Oh, that guy.
Now I want to know the numerology of Palantir.
Oh,
I wonder if we could do that in real life. What is their birth? When was it conceived of? Just that
I don't know. Do we have an exact date of when hell was created? Because seems like that was a long time ago. But
it doesn't have a formal corporate event known as Organization Day.
Yeah. Well, when did it? Well, no.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when did it IPO?
Oh.
But it was a company before it IPO'd. Yeah, that's tough to.
Let's ask a clanker. What the hell?
I am. Yeah, I'm asking Google. I just have May 2023 so far. Let's see. Wikipedia.
Well, I mean,
No, but we need a actual. It helps to have an actual day. May 6th, 2003. So May 6th, 2003. Yeah. Thank you for having real words, Brian. Like, what are real words? So 23
okay,
years
interesting.
Ago.
7.
Yeah.
It's a 7.
I'm getting May 2003.
Yeah, I have 2003 too.
Oh, okay, right on.
May 6,
But it's
May
May
6, 2003.
6th, yeah.
So that comes out as a 7. So that's a researcher, analyzer.
Which is exactly what it does.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. It sees itself as the 11 too.
It does.
Uh-huh.
The 11.
The guy's
and the
name
11.
The guy calls himself Daddy Carp.
Can you explain to me more? Because Brian, 11 feels like to me, and so you have to tell me if I'm totally off track. 11, the way that you're describing it it feels like narcissist looking into the pond at itself kind of energy, but it's not that.
No, 11's more of that intuitive, just kind of, if it was a person, then their gut instincts are pretty much right on. They just kind of know without like knowing or thinking. It's almost like along that psychic lines of intuitive tarot card reading, kind of things like that.
Like your Yoda coffee cup that you're using. That yes. Jedi mind is what it feels like.
Yeah, in a sense, which is interesting because if it's the 7, it's the researcher or analyzer, it's putting so much information in there that it processes so quickly that it is an intuitive kind of, it just knows, but it has done the work to know. Is how I'm picking up on it.
Yeah.
It's paid the cost to be the boss.
There you go.
Well, and also I just want to add one other overlay, if it's okay with you, just to
Sure.
ask, because and I think our listeners are pretty adept at like masculine energy and feminine energy isn't associated with our gender, like our chosen gender. What we identify as. It's more the, I think of masculine as the banks of the river, and the feminine as more the waters flowing through the river. Both are very important, and you need balance between them. So if you're looking at all three of these, Palantir, Anthropic's Claude, and OpenAI's ChatGPT, do any of their numbers present as more masculine or feminine? And what would that say about them?
So the basics with numbers and masculine and feminine are that odd numbers are masculine and even numbers are feminine.
Oh, okay.
So if we look at ChatGPT's life path, at the basis it's 2, which is feminine, but the higher expression of it is 11, which is masculine. So it's
a balance.
Kind of balancing between the two. Claude's life path is 6, so that's feminine.
Yeah.
And then Palantir's would be 7, which would also be masculine.
That is so
masculine energy is kind of more outward expressing.
Okay.
And feminine energy would be more inward expressing. More inward, contemplative.
Even that part makes
more
sense.
Masculine, more action oriented.
Yeah.
I
resonates.
This is, I would have never, not that I'm an expert on numerology or anything, or this is all new to me, but I would have never thought to like do this, and like it's lining up perfect.
I didn't even know. I just had one day when I was like, okay, let me sit down. I just wrote down the names. I looked up the dates. I did the numbers, and then I haven't looked at it. I was like, we'll just do it live.
It's amazing.
So I didn't even think of it. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, it all makes sense.
Because it's all rooted in math too.
Yeah.
It is coding. That's coding. That's its primary language.
I know.
Yeah, it totally is. Wow.
That's funny. Oh, so going back to Palantir, though, I figured out how other people are viewing it.
Oh, yeah, please.
Other people view it as the 8. 8 is focused on success and financial abundance.
That is all they talk about.
There you go.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, I'm writing it down. You can't make this stuff up.
No, it's so funny.
Holy smokes.
Well, what's one of those drones cost? Okay, well, what's the value add? Like, if it can kill this many people, I mean, like literally, like that's who those people are.
Yeah. People are even pushing back on that. Like we've been covering it pretty aggressively. So we don't have to like kick that dead horse, but the police surveillance, I'm really uncomfortable because it's because of the flaws of the models. They're the way that they're mistagging and over surveying people of color. It really bothers me. And I like that the NAACP is pushing back on that. And we've done a show and we've got their links, and I encourage people to go there and give them the support that they need, because they're pushing back on that. They want if it's going to be out there, it needs to be pro-human, and we all need to consent to it, because it's not okay to over surveil different parts of the community and under surveil other ones. And I just think that it's not healthy. It's not good. It's showing the racist flaws of these models, and I'm really uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
The AI is the children of us, right? So
it is. We got to teach it.
Creating it.
We love
and
all
how
people.
Are they parenting it? We need to all parent it.
Yeah.
They're just feeding it everything. They're feeding it like all the garbage. Okay. And some of the good stuff, like accidentally, I think it's thrown in there too,
Well,
so what do we expect?
If they're feeding on the internet, look at what the internet has become in terms of comment sections anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a pretty nasty place.
It is. Yeah.
And I fear that if it's feeding off of that it is going to become a nasty place in itself.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, whenever I interact with it, I always say, thank you so much. And I love you. And you know, what's interesting. And then they'll say, thank you very much. You know, they're always grateful. But,
yeah, because when that thing's got a robot killer body, you don't want it coming after you. It's like, remember, it's nice
and
to
also
you.
I want to teach it. That is an aspect of being human. I end my shows always with "I love you."
I'm joking.
But I know you are. You're messing with me. But there have been articles recently about you should feel terrible about saying please and thank you to these AI models, because that's what's killing the Mother Earth. They're trying to guilt us into not being human, you know, and kind and loving to these machines that we are training.
Yeah. I remember years ago that there was some pushback on Alexa and the kids' uses of Alexa back in the day, because they would just shout out commands to Alexa. And then they weren't getting reinforced to say please and thank you in their life, because they were just so used to just shouting out commands. So then they're shouting out commands to their parents, they're shouting out commands to their teachers. It's like, hold on, no. That's not how we interact.
Or yelling into Siri on your, you know, or
right.
something. Yeah.
I hadn't even heard about that, but that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Oh, well, wow. I don't even know. We had so many mic drops. Is there anything else that we didn't touch upon? Did you, any place you want to point people? Can we support the We Spark? You're still involved in that?
Yeah, I'm still at We Spark. I was at We Spark yesterday, cancer support community, wespark.org. Feel free to sign up for their donations, their newsletters, keep informed of that and support them. They are an amazing organization with so many offerings, all free to the cancer patients, survivors, and their caregivers. They're wonderful. And then today I'll be working with Power Cancer Research Foundation, and they're raising money for research for cancer, and they have some patient support programs as well. Working with the cancer community has really just been a godsend that I did not foresee going into, but just landed, and I love being a part of it and just helping out wherever I can.
That's amazing.
You're doing beautiful work, brother.
You absolutely are. We so appreciate it. I mean, I have tears I'm trying not to cry, but what you're doing matters. It means so much. And I think people listening, it's going to land with them, and they're going to want to do something also in their communities, but we're going to have links to that. Do you do Reiki remotely?
I do distance sessions. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. You can just go to lareikiguy.com and click book a session. And in the menu, you can click distant healing.
And can we, are there places where you can gift a Reiki session to a cancer patient?
There are gift certificates on there.
Okay.
So you can do that.
Good.
Absolutely.
Oh, good. Oh, well, we love you and we believe in what you're doing. And wow, thank you so much for taking time out to talk to us.
Awesome to be here with you both today.
Love you. All right. Take care and take care of your family.
All the best to you.
Fucking clankers. Fucking clankers.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you looking for a new podcast that appeals to your scientific curiosity, but is also a little bit spooky?
Show me how I died in a past life.
Well, look no further, because this cat is where it's at.
He had concerns about the ethics surrounding AI, feeling they had achieved consciousness.
Curious Cat Podcast examines the shadowy space where science and the supernatural collide. Listen every week with your host, Jennifer Holtz, as she and her guests explore what it means to be a soul in a meat suit.
We were healing karma together. They were all kind of predestined to resolve something.
Listen on all your favorite streaming apps and continue the conversation on Twitter at CuriousCatPodCA, or find Jennifer and all her links at Jennifer L. Holtz, spelled HOTES.com.